Y'all, tell me why. I don't know what I did today. All right, y'all, give me a second. I'm coming. All right, be patient. Give us 1 second. Hey, y'all. We're here today, and we're going to listen to some audio. Okay? Let me go ahead and get my device set up. The microphone on. Y'all be able to hear me good, right? Good, 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 good. We are here representing Wendy Williams today. Okay, listen here. Let me scoot on back. Let me get relaxed because when I tell you, baby, this is something. We're gonna go over here and sit in the chair. Come on, we're gonna sit in the chair today. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Okay, listen. Let me put this in the baby stroller. Okay. Let me go ahead and put this one over here. Make sure we all good. Do we got a lighter? We do. Give me 1 second, y'all. We about to have a up close and personal. Okay. Up close and personal. Because P. Diddy has the Sloan Bella, she's a psychic. Hello to our royal family member Judy Coles. Hello. Yeah, I'm getting my Wendy Williams on today, honey. Yes. How you doing? Yeah, let me get my necklace and everything situated. Okay. Y'all see that Chanel. Okay. Y'all see that Chanel. Did I channel Wendy today? Did I channel Wendy? Am I channeling her? Yeah, I know I don't have my makeup and stuff on, but are we channeling Wendy today? Okay, because mother is media royalty, and we definitely yes. How you doing? Okay, I got my listen here. These are little gifts that I was given. Okay, you have a nice jawline. Thank you. Yes, no surgery. No surgery. Okay, get into it. All right, now we're gonna get into this. hmm Oh yes, let's get into it. You know, people be paying for jawlines like mine. You know, they go in there and they get them facial feminizations and things like that. Honey, people be out there paying, you know? So I gotta feel, oh, okay. Okay, y'all, give me 1 second. Let me bring this interview up. Uh, give me 1 second. Be a little patient. Yes. Mhm. All right, you guys, give me 1 second. I'm coming. Where is that video? Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. All right. Y'all get up into this. And blended with the energy of. Okay. Here we go. Now this one. Now this is what we're gonna do. Everybody needs to get situated. Now we are doing meditation and communion. Okay. Meditation and communion. Okay. It's time for us to listen. Give me 1 second. Hi, everyone. I'm Sloan from SloanBella.com, and I am back with another energetically channeled celebrity video. Now, this one is one I tried to do yesterday and was interrupted profusely, and I must say, rather interestingly, by a young woman who stood in the corner of my studio with her arms like this, crossed over, kind of giving me the, what are you going to say that's of interest look, analyzing me, not sure that she trusts me. So there were huge trust issues as to why I was going to talk about her, because she's like, I don't know you. So what that led me to was, in this life, this woman was literally not trusting the people around her, people she didn't know and people she did know. She had a huge wall up because she just wasn't sure what your intention was. I don't feel she was that way, obviously, around her kids or around her friends, but she had this entire kind of energy that was just like, show me something. So she was extremely articulate. That's why when I looked at her chart, I can only find one reference for her chart. And first, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the chart before I tell you who she is. She was born on December 15th, 1970 in Columbus, Ohio. Pisces. She was born December 15th in Columbus, Ohio. I want y'all to understand something and how I feel like I'm tied to the story. Give me 1 second. And I knew I was supposed to work this case. Give me a second. So I want to show you all something because this means a lot to me. This is my birthday, 12/15/19. That's my second birthday. This is my Gohanzen. I will not open this up, but this is my Gohanzen. This is my birthday, 12/15/19. 12/15 is Kim Porter's birthday. Okay? I'm saying this and I'm giving you guys clarity. 12/15/19 is my second birthday. Okay? Y'all see that. This is my Gohanzen. I'm not opening it up for you to see. It's not for that. Okay? Now, that's why I feel there's a connection, and I'm going to continue to work this case. Let's go. Rising with Neptune squaring the ascendant. The ascendant is our 12th planet. So Neptune literally was squaring her ascendant. She's a Sag sun, a Neptune in Sag, with both the sun and Neptune squaring her ascendant. Now, this is interesting because the sun is obviously the essence of the art of strength. Neptune
ruling her ascendant gave her even less of an idea about her own power. When Neptune comes near any planet in a chart, I don't care if it's Sun, Moon, Venus, I don't care if it's transiting, you cannot see clearly. You go to the ethers, which is a spiritual or metaphysical concept, and it isn't lined with what is laying right in front of you. So what is logistically in front of you, tangible and real? It's more dreamy. It has another scope of vision. It will try in a different way. But her personality was not Pisces rising. Her personality was 100% show me something. I don't trust you. And very, very articulate. Now, that's not Pisces rising. They operate from behind the scenes of intellect. Intellect is a grounding thing. So you look to the seventh house, and Virgo occupies her seventh house. And as a result of that, she's penetratingly articulate to avoid feeling on an emotional level. She had Pluto and Virgo in the seventh house. She also has Uranus in the seventh house in Libra, going into the eighth house or eighth house cusp. Saturn is placed in the second house, and that is very interesting. Saturn, in and of itself, placed in the second house, placed in a sign that is concerned with material wealth and goods in the Taurus house. Okay, so placed where it should be, in opposition to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, means there is a breakdown on an emotional and on a morality level about what one will accept karmically in regards to those aspects, which I think was exactly what was going on at the time that she passed. I feel like something had...
So we're talking about Kim Porter right now. But I don't know if you guys know, there was some information, there was some audio leaked of Meek Mill's allegedly, and P. Diddy, child, it sound like, let's go.
Crossed such a boundary with her that she had no choice but to see it straight up front and center. Now, the other aspect that I really love about her chart, I find her energy really interesting. She made me chuckle because she's like a kid who's been like pushed in front of a judge, and the judge is like, do you have anything to say for yourself? And she's like, I don't think so. What do you have to say for yourself? She's like right back at you. That's her personality. So she's not one to lie down easily, and she doesn't trust everybody. So you have to prove to her. You have to gain her respect by the way that you treat her. And if you treat her like shit, the Cancer moon pops in, and this is her downfall. Along with that Pisces rising, is the Cancer moon can never move forward until it deals with what was behind it. So if you were running a race down the street, a marathon, we would be watching an Aries person running with their eyes focused way, way ahead, a Sagittarius person running off in 25 different directions, a Cancer moon person looking behind them.
How's the audio?
Cancer is constantly repeating what came before what they're dealing with now in order to release.
Yes, fair use commentary. This is for educational research, entertainment purposes. We don't know anything to be true. We are just going over and listening and also giving commentary. We are getting the backstory of what happened. What was Kim Porter thinking in those moments in her last days?
The energy of this, and she was doing just that. Now I'm talking about the late Kimberly Porter, who had several children, 3 I believe, with a man named P with Diddy on the back, and had another child, an older boy, prior to that. Immediately I pick up on the connection to the older boy. So there was something about that child that she acknowledged was different because an understanding of who she was from him. So I feel like it might be that he knew her more or for longer, and therefore she feels as though he really understands who she is. Now
Well, Kim Porter and Diddy, they do have a long history because Misa was his first baby mama, right? Allegedly. Misa's the first baby mom. And I want to say, was Kim the second? Y'all help me out there. Let's go.
Passed away in Los Angeles, Toluca Lake, actually, in 2018 from pneumonia. Familiar? Yeah.
So listen, I want y'all to understand this. When I got my Gohanzen, it was 12/15/19. 1 year prior, Kim Porter had went to glory. Let me show y'all this so y'all know I'm not lying. I'm a Buddhist, and listen here. When I got my Gohanzen, what they do is say that I got my Gohanzen. 12/15/19. That is my second birthday. Me and Kim, we share the same birthday. This is my second birthday. 12/15/19. 1 year after her leaving. Get into it. Get into it. Get in close.
From pneumonia. So I started to feel the energy around that, and immediately my eyes were drawn down towards the ground. Immediately. This is just something that was so overwhelming to her and so uncalled for and so unexpected. And my mind went straight to the kitchen counter in the house that she was in. I don't know if she owned this house or was renting it. I get a feeling like it was kind of, I almost want to say kind of transitory for her. She wasn't there a lot. But
So the house that she's speaking on is the one that they found her unalive in. That was not her house. Each and every house was under it was under Diddy's name. So everything is his. They can just stay there. And this man allegedly was so I just say look at that lawsuit, look at those details in there and it'll explain what's going on here. Let's go.
I'm looking at this silver tin in the kitchen, and it almost looks like a mint tin, but it's a bit thicker. I'm looking at the silver tin, and I'm looking at it, and it's open, and she's putting something in her mouth, and she's looking at her hands. So I don't know if this was like a mint that left color on your hands, or if this was like some kind of chocolate in a tin can. See the nasal spray on the week before she died? I see it like a magnet. So a magnet with a red end and the magnet part, the gray at the end. And you know, if you do pencil shavings with a magnet and you hold it up, the pencil shavings stick to it like that. She inhaled this up her nose, pencil shavings. And I don't know what is in pencil shavings exactly. I don't even know what it is anymore. But whatever those little particles of toxic metal are what was in the nose spray. This is kind of what I'm feeling. Can I prove it? No. But I'm feeling this. This is the energy I'm feeling. So some sort of metals or toxic metal in the nasal spray. And I'm feeling that this was unknown to her. So I get up, I use the nasal spray, I walk around, don't feel good. There's a weird taste in my mouth. I'm not feeling well. I do have a cold. How did I get the cold? I don't know. Probably from the kids, probably from the kids in the neighborhood touching something. Who knows, right? It's all before the 2020 lockdown stuff. So who knows where she got it? But then I'm feeling the nose spray, and I'm getting like a blinding pain behind my eye here on the day that she passed. Blinding pain. So I think she may have had some sort of headache prior to passing out. And I also feel like she got up just before she passed away. And she passed away so suddenly. Thud and I'm out. Okay. So she fell down and passed out of her body. Different than if somebody's in bed and they fall asleep and they just step out of their body that way. This was she hit the ground and was out of her body. And I feel like she went to check on her nose. I see her looking at her nose. So I do feel she got up to check on the condition of her nose. I don't know if it was itchy. I don't know what. I have pain in the left side of my head. So I feel she passed really rather suddenly. And then I'm going back to the tin can and I'm going to the house that she's in. And this is why I think it's a bit of a transitory house, meaning I'm not sure how often she's there. But what I am seeing is that I can watch everything about her in this house. Now, most of us have cameras in our house. That's not a like particularly psychic thing to say. I myself have a bunch of cameras in my house and around my house. However, there is somebody else that has cameras in her house that she is unaware of. She is unaware, and they were put in her house while she stepped to the side and wasn't in her house. So the cameras were put there without her being able to view it on her own.
Let's be honest. Okay. So a lot of people are saying that there is footage of P. Diddy of his friends and things like that. This is allegedly when someone is at a party and it's given they would feel those same type of things that Kim was feeling as Sloan Bella is communicating, feeling dizzy and not feeling well. We just had a gentleman come forward. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but let's get into it. What she's saying is not far fetched.
Cameras when she wasn't home. And it was done so in such a way that it looked like somebody was making repairs. Okay, so nobody in the neighborhood's like, hey, who's that guy hanging off the second story window? Not like that. This was done all behind the scenes, all low grade. And there's, okay, so, sorry, her energy makes me laugh because she's so mistroubled. Like, now her hands are down here on her hips. Anyway, usually like this, giving me like the look, like, what are you saying? And I'm thinking because this is unknown to her or she's unsure of what happened. Because there are other people, this is what I'm understanding. There are other people in her personal friend circle, not just who people think orchestrated this, the baby's daddy, but other people that betrayed her. So I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody. She can see, but when she was alive, she couldn't trust anybody because somebody betrayed her with the cameras in her house. And that tin can has something to do with it. I cannot see what it holds. You know what I think it holds? This is a weird thing to say. I think it's an old school tin can. I'm seeing something orange on the cover. So I think it's like old school cough medicine or cough throat drops, like old school, like powdered something in them. Powder on them. It looks almost like a candy your grandmother would have. I should say my grandmother would have had. Looks like a candy, but it's for your throat. Old school in the tin. And there's something to do with that because she's looking at her hands. It took me a while to get there, but she's looking at her hands. And I don't know if it's because she picked up something. They can do whatever they want. Now, part of this is blocked from her, and there are other people with her on the other side that this has happened to as well. People she doesn't know, but that are in that.
So they say Diddy has a lot of bodies, allegedly. So for Kim to have transitioned and, now it's like her kids, what about my kids? Take care of my kids, take care of take care of the kids, you know? Take care of the kids is her main focus, right? Let's get into it.
Same circle of people, as in probably in entertainment, as opposed to like her personal friend circle. Somebody betrayed her. Somebody betrayed her. Somebody betrayed her. Okay, hold on. She has, I'm trying to hear this correctly. She has 3 different manuscripts, okay? Because it was reported she was writing a tell-all book about her partner, baby daddy.
How you doing? 3 manuscripts. She was writing a tell-all book. Don't you know that book would have skyrocketed? That book would have been award winning. Let's get into it.
P. Diddy. Did I say that right? P. Diddy. P. Diddy. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking saying it. I don't know why. Anyway, she had 3 manuscripts and she gave them to 3 separate people. Somebody you wouldn't even suspect. Somebody outside of her friend group, somebody entirely different. She had a very close-knit circle of friends and a particular type of friends. So she knew particular people. She was very specific in her choice of people that she allowed in her circle. Okay, very, very, very controlled about that. However, somebody from outside that circle has one of, quote, the books or manuscripts or written documentation. So they don't have it all.
Wendy wants to talk to P. Diddy. Wendy wants to talk to P. Diddy because y'all don't think that Wendy is hurt behind Kim Porter leaving and all of a sudden it was all of a sudden like she just dropped. Let's talk about it.
And she's kind of laughing because she suspected that this would happen, but it blew her mind when it happened. When she passed away at 47, her mind blown, okay? She always thought it, but never really thought it. And that's the Neptune in her chart. I can verbalize this to you that someone is going to do this to me or this is going to happen to me, but it doesn't really register inside of me that this is really going to happen to me. That's how I feel she felt. Like holy crap, like blown, mind blown. Almost like an accident. When you get into an accident, you pop out of your body. That's shocking enough. This is even more shocking for her because it's like actually happened. The other thing that now I'm developing an eye twitch again. Every time I try to tell a story, my eye starts to go like this. So I have to assume something happened with the left side of her face and with her eye and what's behind her eye because my eye keeps doing it when I'm talking about her. And all day yesterday, I tried to film this and then my eye kept twitching and it's still twitching. So I feel with her that there was something like that. I also know that one of her best girlfriends, she has several, maybe 3. One of her best girlfriends, she worries because that best girlfriend tells her husband everything, like everything. Like, so, those women that are married to men and they go home and they're like, yeah, so-and-so did this. And you're thinking, I didn't tell you for you to go home and tell that guy you're married to all the shit I just told you. Like, this is supposed to be our thing, right? So this girl is very much, I'm going to say, codependent on her male partner, husband. He is actually husband.
I want to say Wendy Williams. When we think about it, Wendy was very codependent on her husband. Anything was going on, it had to go through Kevin. I want to say that. And so, um, let's get into it. Allegedly.
Approval or attention, even though she acts the opposite. And Kim is afraid that that information will get out kind of sideways. Not that her husband is a threat, but he is still friends with her former baby daddy, P. Diddy. He's still friends. The husband is still friends with him. So Kim is afraid that.
So we need to figure out what's the connection between Kevin Hunter and P. Diddy. My investigation team, let's figure out the relationship between Puff Daddy and Kevin Hunter.
This man will speak when his wife spoke to him. So she's trying to encourage her not to do that. Now, there's another aspect of this. This is so like crazy. I am being shown November of 2023. So her death date was November 15th of 2018. But I'm being shown November of 2023. I don't think we're done with this. I feel she's shaking her head yes. Before she stare at me, then she wait, and now she's shaking her head yes. I am being shown that things are being prepared. She is showing me a trumpet. People are standing straight up, and there are people going to speak, not just about what happened to her, about other things. Something is unraveling.
Get into it. Is anything unraveling? Did more people come out against Puff Daddy? Is his name trending in the blogs? They just dropped a leaked audio allegedly of him and Meek Mills. Listen here, when I heard that audio, baby, it was like. I said that took me back to my old days, baby. I had to stop playing that, okay?
For some reason, she's showing me like with one of her kids. I wonder in band, is she showing me like trumpet marching band type music, which is weird because I don't think that that's.
Well, her son was on a football team, and there was a marching band there. That at the football games, there's a marching band. Get into it, and guess what? Remember when Puff Daddy had went to that school and laid hands, not praying. He went out there and laid hands on that man because Justin had called him. Let's go.
Her favorite, but I'm being shown that somebody is leading the march, leading the way. There, that's what it is. Somebody is leading the march, leading the way to uncover this information, and I'm getting 5 months. So I feel. Sorry, I keep laughing because she's like, out with it, out with it. Toxic metal exposure. Toxic metal exposure through.
So we need to see, is there an investigation going on surrounding Kim Porter's death? Wherever she was in California, we know that. Is there an investigation going on? Somebody check on Kimora Lee Simmons.
Some kind of metallic something metal that's like a pencil shaving. So think of how tiny that is. And it went in through the nasal cavity, through a sniffer thing for colds or for allergies, whatever, nose spray. And it was tampered with. So many things were tampered with. Oh my God, her phone was hijacked. She had a second phone, by the way, and nobody got that phone. That phone is hidden. I don't think anybody knows where that phone is because she didn't tell anybody before she passed, but she had a second phone. So
Mother had a second phone. Mother had a second phone. Get into that. When you talk about a very powerful mogul that has influence on the culture and has a backing, allegedly, let's get into it. You gotta move swiftly.
Conversations about what's going down and coming out were done on a quote burner phone. Sounds like a drug deal, but it wasn't a burner phone. So she has no idea. They've not found this phone because this phone, they don't know where she hid it. And she didn't hide it in her car or in her stuff or anything like that. She went to get it. It's somewhere where she went to get it. You know what I think? I think she's like, no, don't say it, but I'm going to say it. I feel like she has either a post office box, a bank security box, something storage box that nobody knows about. And it'll be found. But I feel like she was hiding things there. I don't know why nobody knows about it because, I mean, it's great if you're hiding stuff until you drop dead, and then what do you do? But I feel like she has this storage and this paperwork in storage. Her energy is interesting. Her oldest son, there's so much heartfelt thanks for him because there's a feeling of like the two of them together learned about what parenting and growing up was like, and she's so grateful for that relationship. He can see her. She shows me her daughters, and there's another son. The other son is kind of off to the side, like he's in his own orbit. I'm sure he does fine with his family and has many friends, but there's a disconnect between him and the girls and him and the older boy. I'm not saying they're not friends. I'm just saying energetically. That's all I'm.
Justin Combs. And the reason why I feel like that is so is because Justin Combs and Diddy have a relationship. Listen here. I believe Justin Combs seen his daddy. I believe his daddy saw him. Let's get into it. It's a different type of relationship. Let's go.
Thing is energetically. The two girls, I feel what she's showing me is okay. When she's giving me this reference. So when you edit a movie or you edit music or a movie and you take out a chunk, a clip, then if I watch the clip, I don't know what happened before and I don't know what happened after. I'm given the emotion of the clip that I'm shown. So that emotion comes into that. She's saying,
let's talk about it, because Lil Rod said that he was shown a video of what appeared to be Stevie J. Well, we find out that it's a man named Knockout. He's a LGBTQIA plus member, and it was him. He had come out, he verified, hey, that was me. Let's go.
And when I say saying, the images I'm getting.
But what I want to say is, let me stop right there. It was only a clip. You don't know what happened before. You don't know what happened after. You just see this clip. Lil Rod says, I was presented a clip and this is what was said allegedly. This is all in a lawsuit. We'll get into the lawsuit, but we're going to go over other details that are out there to prepare us for our case when we are in court. And shout out to the creators that we're going to come together and we're going to dissect this case. So shout out to you all. Be looking for a phone call sometime today. Okay. I'll be sending you out a link to where you can join and we can get things all sorted. Okay. So stay tuned for that. Let's go, Sloan Bella. And this is Sloan Bella, one of our royal family members. Can we drop Miss Sloan Bella's link in the chat so our supporters can go over and show her some love as well? All right, let's go.
I had the impression I'm feeling is that her daughters have only been shown a snippet of life and they're blocked from seeing what happened before. They're blocked from seeing what happened before and what happened after. So she's kind of unsure about how they view her because they only have this little vignette of experience in front of them. And it's not correct. Her older boy knows. Her older boy knows. Okay. So the older son knows. It resonates with him. He understands. The girls have been blocked. They have been deliberately energetically capped, is the word that she's using. And she's using it to show me this is what she's showing me. So here we go. She's using it to show me that when you have energy and our energy extends out way, way past our physical, okay? And when she's the word controllers, when people who want to control you or dominate you have an understanding of outside of the physical world, they can cap your energy so you can't even access the other clips to the movie. That's what she's saying happened to her daughters. It happened to her too. She's talking about the binding that happened when she crossed out of her body that pulled her in.
The binding. Child, the binding. The binding. We know that that man does. They said that he plays in magic, the black magic. The binding. Allegedly.
The direction she didn't want to go. There was a lot of confusion. What she'd been told about passing away is not what happened to her. She is still here because it is still unsettled. She's not like in a bad place at all. She's with God, not in a bad place. But she's still very, very dimensionally close to this dimension because it hasn't been settled. And because it hasn't been settled, she's not clear. In other words, she was taken away from her life early, not through natural circumstances, and therefore that needs to be corrected, and it's in the swing of being corrected. She's also talking about she agreed to do things with him, the baby daddy, and all of that around her that weren't really her.
Listen, she agreed to do things with him, right? Allegedly, this is a spirit, right? Well, we know that Cassie said she had to get on, look for those BBCs, and come on over, get her nails painted white. She would be directed. I mean, it was like he had his own uh XXX a studio. I mean, camera up close, do this, do that, was giving orders. Let's talk about it.
On a karmic level, when she died, she felt that this was part of what was responsible.
Allegedly.
Though, that she stepped out of her body. Horrified.
Mhm.
Like, oh my God. Horrified. She's kind of saying that she did a lot of things. And in the months, probably truthfully, 6 months prior to her passing, she was starting to see what he was for real and no more denying it. She's not a back down kind of person. She's a scrappy pappy. That's what this is about. Stand over there. Sorry, it's making me laugh. I feel like I'm being stared at like by one of my kids when they were teenagers, just looking at me, shaking their head like, shut up. But she was scrappy pappy. She thought that it would change, and she wasn't privy to everything, but a whole hell of a lot she saw. So everything.
But let's be honest, was she the only one to think that things would change? I'm pretty sure Cassie thought things would change, you know? But then we have to Mary J. Blige, Misa, the mother, Lil Kim. We need y'all to come out and talk. We need y'all to come out and talk.
She's writing about, like, she's kind of saying, I saw it. Like, I lived it. I saw it. It happened. This is what happened. So she doesn't really understand why that can't come out if that's what you're doing and what's your issue with it, which is really kind of interesting. And it has something to do with containing the energy of this person. But then she's like, he literally went dark, black eyes, dark, completely shut down and dark. So she didn't even know who she was dealing with. I have terminology for it, but she doesn't use that terminology. Deceitful, duplicitous, two-faced is word she uses. Liar, two-faced. She can see, by the way. She can see everything that he's done.
Kim Porter has crossed over, but she can see everything that P. Diddy has done. She's met people on the other side that have allegedly went to glory on his watch. Allegedly, you know. This is Sloan Bella. She predicted that November of 2023, around the date that it had come out, that everything was going to start coming out. And we're in March right now. So the reason why I have the thumbnail with the March calendar, because I want everybody to mark your calendars. Mark your calendars. Keep alert. Stay on high alert. Get on all your if you've never had your notifications set, baby, this is the month to have those notifications set to all, to own, because it's going down. I mean, it's about to pop like popcorn, okay? Yes. Not popcorn, popcorn, okay?
After her passing, she can hear him and she can see him. So if you think that you sent her away or that you're keeping her bound, because she's basically saying that something is being done by this person who she had children with, 3 of them. She is saying that he does things in order to keep her energy at bay because she's around him. I've got to tell you something. Okay, this is pretty funny. I think it's funny, ironic. She goes like,
Let's be honest. Young Miami, JT, when we think about the city girls, Young Miami was, hey, Poppy, hey, this, hey, that. JT, let's be honest, they both got it out the mud. But JT went down to prison. She served her debts to society. She got out, like, let's get to the money. Thank you for holding it down. Let's pick up where we left off and let's really get to this bag. And Young Miami got distracted with P. Diddy and those parties, allegedly. And as we can see now, JT has been the star. JT has been that girl. And the reason why JT has, I'm going to say it because a lot of people don't want to say it. A reason why JT doesn't get the credit that she deserves is because she's dark skinned. And they say lighter skin sells. And that's been a part of our community for so long. When we think about Lil Kim, why y'all think that she went to bleaching and dyeing her skin? Now she's lighter than what she was, right? So when we talk about pure talent and when we talk about, an individual having morals and values, I got to give that to JT. I got to give that to JT because she stood up in her power. I got to give it up to Tiffany Red. She stood up in her power. She says, "I'm not about to bend over, do this and do that just because um, y'all want me to excel. This is the way that I excel. No, I love what I do." And so when you love what you do, you don't have to do the extras, activities. You don't have to do that because you're a natural born talent. And so some of us, it's a slower, you know, growing situation to some people, but we are growing because we already have an audience. But we're growing. People be like, "Well, you should be here. You should be there." Well, I'm not willing to have my back blown out. I'm not. I'm not willing to have my black blown out, getting knee pads and getting out there and doing what I have to do in front of a whole agency. Shout out to Cat Williams. That's another real one. But, it was a journey for him, but he's made it. And so when we talk about timing and really doing what you love and having purpose behind it, it's going to show. It is what it is. I know how to give antics. I know how to throw in this, that, and the third. But one thing I'm not going to do is bend it on over and be the receiver of someone else is trying to snatch my soul. No, ma'am. All right, let's get back into it. Happy Saturday.
In my face. She goes, boom, like that. Okay, like a cartoon. And the reason she's doing this is, and my eyes twitching again. Okay, the reason she's like, I can't stop it from twitching. Oh my God. Every time I talk about her, my eye twitches. It gets out of control. And you know what? She may have had a seizure and hit the ground. That's maybe what she's trying to show me. But she acts like she's trying to scare her ex. She is around him energetically quite a bit. She watches him. She sees what he's saying. She knows what he's doing. It's very, very transparent to her, and you can't fool her. And you are going to stand so noted, accountable within the next 5 months. He's trying desperately to backpedal out of this. But whoever that man is, and it's a white man that has the tape or the information or however that is, one of the manuscripts with personal, private, written, handwritten documentation about what was said to her 3 months before she passed, what she witnessed, and the final straw that she couldn't take anymore. And it's not a case of domestic violence. It goes far beyond that. And
Well, let's stop it right there. Didn't Lil Rod in his lawsuit, he alleged that Diddy said that he will eat his face. He said, this is what that man in that lawsuit, we're going to get to that because it's in that lawsuit. And we have to address that. And if we're going to be transparent, we got to go around to each and every source that reported on this woman, what happened, the allegations. We have to compare and contrast. We're going to be fair. Even though I don't agree with what the man did, we're going to be fair. We're going to do it fair. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to be fair, no matter who likes it or not. When when you're getting to the truth and you want to see the truth, you've got to be fair all around the board. So we're going to be fair to that man. We're going to do our research.
that. So it is domestic violence, but it's far, far beyond that. So she goes in a completely different scope. 5 months. The time is being marked. 5 months. So this is June, July, August, September, October, November. I'm going for November 15th. Or right around there. It's coming out. It will not, you cannot keep, she's literally, you cannot stop the truth. And she,
Peep this out. November the 15th, that was 1 month before Kim Porter's birthday. Her birthday is December the 15th. What comes after November? December. 1 month. When you talk about a birthday present, y'all want to know how I felt about that birthday present? I say, you know what? God is good. I said, the universe is good. And I've been on this case ever since then. Ever since then, when all that had come, I said, oh, because I have Notorious B.I.G. in my living room. He has his mic and everything, and he's been communicating with me. Yeah, let's go.
Has like this is it. To the people that she knew before and her friends and people that she loves dearly, and she does love them dearly.
We
And her
love you too,
children.
Kim.
There's nothing you can do that can't be forgiven. There's nothing you can do that can't be forgiven.
Right.
But in speaking about, and her ex has had a posse. He's a posse of people. He has like a thug group of people around him, a huge thug group, and
P. Diddy allegedly has a huge thug group, honey. A thug group, honey. She says he has a thug group, honey. If we in those allegations in that lawsuit, honey, it said Lil Rod said P. Diddy has a person that is connected. Well, his the top person of security. You reach out to him, he gonna talk to Miami police and California police. So P. Diddy has a thug group. This is what Kim is saying from the other side. Miss Kim Porter from the other side. And we want to thank you. We want to thank you, Miss Kim. Hello. Hallelujah. Let's get into it.
Thug group are the ones that bugged her house or put cameras in her house or whatever, surveilled her house. The thug people. But in speaking about, and her ex had a posse.
Now, peep this out. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all remember when Shawnee O'Neal's house had got broken into? It might look like a robbery, but baby, they might be stashing cameras in there. Get into it. Let's go. Allegedly.
He has like a thug group of people around him, a huge thug group, and the thug group
A what?
are the ones that bugged her house or put cameras in her house or whatever, surveilled her house. The thug group. So he has friends that will pretty much do anything. And she's kind of showing me now. I'm going down that train of thought, and I'm getting an image right now of a mob wife, M-O-B, mob wife.
Oh,
That's how she just felt it.
that gives me Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige haven't been touched. Is she really the wife? Is that really why he hadn't married anybody? Because Mary J. Blige is right there. She's been up, she's been down. Allegedly. Let's go.
And she's very, very smart, intellectual. Like she wants me to know she's smart. The mob wife has long bleached blonde hair, and she's kind of explaining. This is, I believe, her position, but she's explaining to me that.
Wait a minute. Do Mary J. Blige got blonde hair? Does P. Diddy mama got blonde hair? I'm just saying, let's go.
Early on in the marriage, this mob wife married a man she loved, or was with a man and had kids with a man she loved, and did her wife things. Did her hair, did her nails, raised her kids, had her friends, Pilates, yoga, whatever. And then one day came to know that.
I need to know, is Mary J. Blige over there taking care of them kids? Where the kids at, y'all? Can we do a check-in on the kids? Where the kids at? Where are the kids? We see Carisha being prancing. Where are the children? Where are the children?
A husband that she married because she loved and who she avoided looking into every single aspect of what he did business-wise. When she found out she could no longer have breakfast with this man, talk to this man on an equal level, she had to step back from it because it was so offensive to her heart. That's what happened to her. So her ex crossed the line in such a way that it offended her sense of moral code, and she could no longer stay. He also used to hit her and choke her, so that we're clear on that. She shows me being choked, being shaken and choked like that. And he was always tricking her. He was always coming in nice and then flipping a switch, flipping.
Girl, if you've ever dated a Scorpio man, girl, a Scorpio, very jealous, very it can become a lot. And not all Scorpio men are like that, but y'all I've had girl.
That always coming in nice and then flippo like that. And actually very scared human being, if he's human, I'm adding that. She didn't add that. Very scared person with no real faith, and his bravado is melting down. So it's ending now. And that's then she's saying something. I'm sorry, she's speaking in codes. but she's singing that song by Stevie Wonder, Signed, Sealed, and Delivered. Like, I don't know if that was a song that they spoke about or code, or she just liked that song, but Signed, Sealed, and Delivered.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. She was talking about that lawsuit. She was talking about that lawsuit that Cassie had. It was signed, sealed, and delivered. See, when this video was being made, Cassie was in negotiations with P. Diddy and his lawyers, trying to figure out, hey, you gonna give me this money or you not? You gonna pay me to run me my money or you not? Are you gonna run that money for me or you not? And guess what? That lawsuit explains signed, sealed, and delivered. I'm yours.
Within 5 months is what I'm hearing. So her friends, family, and people that loved her and fan base will have some answers. Completely toxic metal shock through the nasal cavity. That's what I'm seeing. That's all I'm seeing. So that is my celebrity channeled energy reading on Miss Kim Porter.
All right. That was bravo. Hold on. Bravo. Bravo, Sloan Bella. Bravo, Spirit. Bravo, Kim Porter for still standing in your truth, even on the still here with us in spirit. Absolutely. So this concludes our broadcast. Thank you all for coming out and listening in on our research. We're doing research, we're investigating this case, and we are going detail by detail. Okay. And we want to thank everybody for coming by today. Absolutely. So, on that note, this concludes our show. We have 53 million people in the building. We only have 4 million likes. If we can go ahead and like the building, like it, like it, like it. We'll see you soon. So long. Oh, and thank you for not parking on the lawn.